You ever think your HOA was annoying? Maybe sending a passive-aggressive letter about your trash bins or a snarky email about your lawn? Cute. Precious. Because mine went full dollar store dictatorship over a $5 fine, and it blew up in their faces in the most delicious way. And before the real madness begins, here's a tiny teaser. One night, after weeks of nonsense, three men dressed like bargain bin action movie villains crept through my backyard with flashlights, whispering like they were on a secret op. They thought I was asleep, but they had no idea who was wide awake in the dark, waiting for them. And trust me, that moment alone could be its own story. Before we go any further, comment where in the world you are watching from, and make sure to subscribe to Silent Divide Tales because tomorrow's story is one you don't want to miss. It all kicked off with a letter that honestly looked like a prank. Failure to pay your $5 fine will result in legal action. $5. Legal action. I laughed so hard I wondered who had that much free time. The violation? A wooden bird feeder in my backyard that apparently clashed with community aesthetics. Seriously, a bird feeder, the kind elderly folks collect like Pokemon. But our HOA president, Lorna Wells, treated her role like she was the ruler of a cardboard kingdom. She had this squad of wannabe enforcers dressed in black outfits with plastic badges and cheap tasers, clicking their radios like they were expecting backup from a fictional universe. At first, it was just letters. Then the fines ballooned. 5, 50, $150. They started showing up on my lawn, snapping pictures, leaning over my fence like paid scenery. Then came the twist. I caught one of them dropping off a flyer with a fake payment portal, a full-on scam redirecting money into someone's personal account. Can you believe they went that far? Because the next part proved this wasn't petty. It was organized. My son Luke, recently back from deployment, took one look at the situation and instantly clocked the pattern. Dad, this isn't an HOA problem. This is a scam ring with uniforms. He set up cameras, logged plates, tracked routes. Luke didn't just watch, he prepared. Calmly. Too calmly. You ever see somebody so collected during chaos that you think, oh, this will get interesting? Then one Saturday night, flashlights danced across my yard. Black silhouettes, radios, the whole knockoff SWAT fantasy. Can you imagine the nerve of these clowns sneaking around like they were raiding a cartel hideout? But that's when it got worse. Luke was already awake, already in position, already ready. He whispered, Dad, hold still. Let's see what they want. The air in the house thickened. I peeked through the blinds as one genius pulled out a crowbar. The creaking, the pressure, the moment the door cracked, that was when Luke melted into the hallway shadows. Can you believe they actually broke into my house over $5? Because that's where the explosion began. The back door burst open. Three men in black charged in, yelling commands like toddlers playing pretend police. The first guy didn't even see Luke coming. Wrist grab, twist, crowbar down, shove, thud, an elbow that emptied the man's lungs. You ever watch someone dismantle a threat with such precision it looks like a choreographed dance? The second intruder swung his baton like a confused piñata hitter. Luke sidestepped, grabbed, threw slam. The whole house shook. Then intruder number 3 froze mid-step. This is HOA business. You can't touch us. Buddy. Sweetheart. Wrong answer. Luke swept his legs, pinned him to the floor, half boot between the shoulder blades. I finally called 911. This is a home invasion. 3 men, fake uniforms. My son has subdued them. Luke kept them immobilized until red and blue lights flashed across my living room like a season finale cliffhanger. What none of us expected. How fast everything unraveled once the real cops walked in. They entered shouting commands, then froze when they saw Luke standing there like he was hosting the aftermath. Step back, an officer yelled. Luke lifted his hands calmly. They broke in impersonating officers. Situations contained. I explained everything, the scams, the uniforms, the fine. Officers exchanged wide eyes and immediately cuffed all 3 men. One of them whined, "We were authorized by the HOA." The officer shot back, "Authorized to embarrass yourselves, maybe." Neighbors poured out into the street, whispering like it was a live taping of a drama series. Then it happened. One of the intruders shouted from the squad car, "Lorna Wells told us to do this." Ah, that was the magic sentence. Police marched straight across the cul-de-sac and knocked on Lorna's door. She came rushing out in a bathrobe, hair wild, yelling about collecting dues. The supervisor shut her down immediately. Ordering a break-in is not dues collection. It's a felony buffet. The look on her face when the cuffs clicked? Unforgettable. She was charged with conspiracy and unlawful entry. The fake HOA enforcers were slapped with felony impersonation and home invasion. The county prosecutor even called me personally, promising the case would set a precedent. Through all of it, Luke stayed humble. Bullies don't change, Dad, he said. Doesn't matter if they're halfway across the world or hiding behind HOA letterheads. The HOA tried to scare us. Instead, they exposed themselves and collapsed spectacularly. And this neighborhood, it remembers every second. Thanks for watching another wild story here on Silent Divide Tales, where justice always gets the final word. Make sure you're subscribed because tomorrow's story hits even harder.